What do you think of all this?
I've never seen all of these powerful, important, problem-solving people in one place at the same time. It's pretty cool. Not only do we have a lot of the directors and chiefs of all the different departments this time around, but we've also got a handful of support staff. So we're answering questions with remarkable efficiency.
Well, that's one of the things I think I noticed is that as we get going here, like there's starting to get this crackly energy in the room now.
Yeah.
It feels like something's going on. So
Absolutely, it's super exciting. We just took a question about why Pittsburgh's not annexing adjacent municipalities, and my colleague Kyle Chintalopoli and I ran up to our boss, Chief McDonald Roberts, and as political science students, we told her the whole story about Allegheny City being annexed in 1928, how the state laws changed after that because of the backlash. So now each municipality has to have a majority vote to accept annexation, whereas before it was a majority vote of the totality of the people within the two municipalities. Obviously, politically, places like, Wilmerding or Millvale are never going to say, yeah, let's get rid of ourselves, you know?
So I think we're going to see sort of the creativeness of the Pittsburgh public, right? Like they're going to be asking some quirky stuff tonight, and it's going to be neat to see how people respond. So do you know how this all came about? Like, what was the impetus?
I mean, I'm not completely sure. I know that my colleague Laura Mikesel put the thing together. She's the one that set up all these handles and set up the thread and talked to Reddit and made it all happen. I believe it was straight up the mayor's idea to get us all together in one room. And I mean, he's a big believer in transparency. We want to make sure that everybody can get in touch with the mayor's staff. Everybody can get a hold of the tools that they need, or even in this case, just answers to questions that they might have.
Yeah.
And it's really fun because with all these people around here at the same time, it takes like 38 seconds to figure something out.
Yeah. So does this happen often? Like, do you guys have the opportunity to like be in a room together and like have this sort of
Well, we do
organic?
work together constantly. We're mostly here on the 4th, 5th, and 6th floors of the City County building. We're always in each other's office. We're always spreading stuff out on the floor and sitting down and figuring out stuff. But at the same time, we're never all in the same room at the same time.
Yeah. So why don't you reintroduce yourself to the folks? Because I know you've done a podcast with us before, but I think a lot of people are going to watch these. So.
Yeah, my name is Henry Pyatt. I'm the Small Business and Redevelopment Manager. I serve in the Bureau of Neighborhood Empowerment, which is led by Chief Valerie McDonald Roberts. She's actually right behind you. I'd pan your camera, but I'd screw it up.
You could shake it violently. Make for like,
so I deal with small business and CDC type issues, redevelopment in older neighborhoods. My colleague Kyle's sitting right behind you. He's my counterpart for housing, helping to make sure that there's an adequate and decent housing stock that serves the people of different incomes in different neighborhoods and putting together financing for all those projects.
Yeah, so we'll have to get Kyle on because that's one of the things that outside people point to with Pittsburgh, right, is that there's this giant old housing stock that's poised for redevelopment, poised for sort of momentum.
Absolutely, and we're lucky because most of the buildings that were built here, so there's a lot of places that the housing crisis hit really hard. They built up a lot of inventory in the 80s, the 90s, the 2000s, and quite frankly, the stuff that we built in the 19-teens, and then 20s, the 30s, the 40s, is of way higher quality than that stuff.
Yeah.
And so, we've had our trouble. Yeah, we've got some vacants, but the fact is their bones are so much better than in other cities, and so we stand to gain, and it doesn't take that much investment to get to a place where they're gorgeous and charming like they used to be and ready
it's
to
the
use.
character of an old old industrial city, right?
No split-level ranches here.
No split level ranches, and that's why people come make movies here and stuff too, because it's architecturally still interesting and compelling.
Absolutely.
Cool. So, what question would you ask the mayor if you could ask him anything? Do you have like something that's been burning that you've been waiting to anonymously read?
I spent the last hour thinking about what people might ask us and getting ready to answer those questions. I guess for me, I'm really interested in his new commitment to fitness, and I'd like him to take a bike ride with me.
Cool. Well, I don't know if you've heard, but we now have a community bicycle at the hardware store. It's a shared bicycle resource, so we're very proud of that. The guys at Deco Resources donated to us, so I think it's part of a change in paradigm here in the city, how people are thinking about transportation, how they're thinking about health. We're modernizing,
awesome. We're
right?
gonna have to build you a coffee rack for that.
Yeah. Cool. Well, thanks for hopping on again. I'm going to try to do like 3-4 minutes with folks just to keep things moving along, and maybe later on we'll get you jumping. You want to grab your buddy Kyle because he looks like he's ready to go.